Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wow 11. We are so happy that you joined us here today for this great presentation. So we've got a good one in store for you today, but if you don't already know, today you're in store for Going Beyond How Limitless Asset Health Management is Revolutionizing Industry 4.0, presented by Chris Benk from BK Bro. So thank you, Chris, for joining us. We're super excited for your presentation here today. So if anybody has any questions for Chris throughout his presentation, go ahead and drop them in the Q&A panel on your webinar screens, and we'll be sure to save some time to get to those at the end here. But Chris, that being said, I'm going to pass things over to you now if you're ready to go.
Thanks, Paige. Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. All right, you're good to go.
Thanks a lot for the introduction, and a warm welcome to everybody in here also from my side. I'm Chris, the Director of Product Management at CapEx, and I'm happy to do this presentation here today at the week of webinars of the Limitless Foundation. So let me take you a bit on a journey towards going beyond, and let me tell you more about how we envision to revolutionize Industry 4.0 with limitless asset health management. So first, short introduction of myself. I'm Chris Benk. I'm in the condition monitoring space since about 16 years in various positions, from traveling around the globe as an application engineer, helping our customers to get online systems installed, also trainings and everything. And finally, in between, I've been in a startup for 2 years, working also on predictive maintenance and railway. And 2.5 years ago, I joined CapEx, and I'm now recently got promoted to be the Director of Product Management. So let me take you a bit further on that. So one thing I'd like to share with you today is what we are striving for. We at CapEx share the vision to keep world's machinery in motion by making asset health management as easy as a click. We're on a mission to delight our customers by delivering data-driven and actionable insights for easy deployment, seamless integration, and fostering a collaborative culture. All those kind of values we're seeing like missing in or falling a bit behind in the whole space, and that's what I want to show you a bit today, how we do that and how we are going to execute on the vision, which we see as a very ambitious one, also share with our customers together. So, but first, let me start a bit telling you about CapEx. We see ourselves as a pioneer in asset optimization and protection solutions for rotating equipment. We got founded in 1942. We have about 35,000 wind turbines instrumented with our equipment, with about over 800 hydro turbines or more than 10,000 hydrocarbon processing machines. We're working together with 213, roughly 220 amazing employees in our team, and have a network of about 76 channel partners to be very close to our customers and to be present everywhere around the globe. Well, I will tell a bit more about our locations in the world in one of the further slides. A bit about the history of CapEx, where we're coming from. So in 1942, there was like Mr. Vigo Kier and Mr. Brühl who founded the company, and which lately then in 2000 joined together with Schenck Vibro, where CapEx got formed. Not to be confused with Brühl Sound and Vibration. We're two separate entities, but still share a lot in common of where we're coming from. In 2017, we acquired SetPoint and added this to our portfolio. So as you might know, the VC8000 with the SetPoint CMS solution. And just recently got acquired by NSK, a Japanese bearing manufacturer, which is a great opportunity for us to get really close and deliver the full scope to our customers, helping them not only on the condition monitoring side, but also on fixing the real root causes of some of the problems. Where bearing are still one of the major things in the whole space, where most of the things come together. So based on that, like when we see it in our monitoring team, where we provide monitoring services to our customers, still like 60%, about 60% of all the cases we handle are based on bearing issues. So that's still the point where most of the attention is. To our global presence, we do have our headquarters in Germany, Darmstadt. That's also where I'm speaking from today. So welcome to the world. Then we have our facilities in Gardnerville and in Lyngby, the main office locations, and having remote monitoring centers all around the globe in Lyngby, in Houston, Beijing, from which aus we serve all the different areas in the market and our customers around the globe. If you look at our portfolio, we offer everything, monitoring solutions for the full range of rotating assets, from the very low criticality assets like auxiliaries or balance of plant machinery like pumps, motors, gears, fans, blowers, wind turbines, the medium criticality, and up to the highest criticality where we talk about the big turbines, compressors, recips, with our machine protection system. All of that, where we offer the full scope from sensors, our fingertip at the asset, where we feel and sense the signals, bring them together and utilize them in the machine protection solution, in the condition monitoring, all through our software, and adding services on top, where we take over for the customers, helping them to turn data into value, into actionable insights. This is all enabling a digital strategy where we deliver insights in rotating machinery health by combining our domain expertise with advanced analytical software. That's what's also empowering us to work on this whole initiative, on this whole vision, is that we have the required domain expertise, but also have within our group the needed experience and expertise in the technology, on the technology side. So looking in our winning formula, we have a 360-degree offering. As you can see, the different devices, down to the sensors and up to the software and service solutions, helping us to serve a wide range of industries, just to name a few: wind energy, oil and gas, hydro, but also pharmaceutical, cement, power, and so on. And we do this across all rotating equipment assets, from blowers up to the huge turbines, steam turbines, and the wind turbines. And just some examples, of course, we have a lot of data acquired for all the assets we have in the monitoring. We provide a lot of monitoring services to our customers and got a huge installed base in the field. And more important, there's huge experience built within the team. So the right experts are working on turning data into actionable insights for our customers to help them focus on the core value creation processes they have. So, but now coming to that case, what I'm talking about and how we're tackling all this. One thing, of course, we started in the beginning looking into what is the main things in the market. So we reference here the Vance and Burn study, in which there was more than 100 companies surveyed in the manufacturing sector, as well as 350 companies in the medical, oil and gas, and energy utilities and telecommunication, as well as distribution, logistics, and transportation industries. That survey has been taken on issues related to equipment downtime. That survey had taken place in 2017 from July to October. And one thing of the clear indicators we got out of that is that only 30% of the manufacturing companies know the exact exact condition of their assets. What does that mean? If you look into predictive maintenance, or if you look into maintenance at all, how one of the core enablers is, of course, knowing the current condition of the asset itself to be able to draw conclusions or make informed decisions about what is the next step to do. And if you look a bit deeper into it, what does that mean on the value side? Well, 1 hour breakdown of a machine can easily cost up to $260,000. That's something which we not only took from the survey, but also interviewed our own customers in steel, paper, and wind. And they all came to a similar conclusion that 250,000 euros, $260,000 per hour, that's a reasonable number taken into account the production losses, spare parts, and maintenance costs. Altogether sum up to this kind of number. And there we see that there's a huge problem out there where our customers struggle with, or people out there in the market struggle with solving. Because still that only 30% of them know. That means that 70% do not know about the current condition of their asset. And in addition to that, you can add that across all sectors, about 82% of the companies have experienced at least one, and on average 2 unplanned outages within 3 years. That means also that those unplanned outages, they do not only last for 1 hour. Of course, it takes a bit longer until they get everything in place, can fix it, bring it back up into operations, and that is creating a huge problem for them. Where we said, okay, we're gonna tackle this problem and help them with this. So the key thing behind it is, together with our customers, we have learned that a predictive maintenance program is complex. It's not easy to bring success. Why is that? It's because of experts in that space are rare. There's like a huge of change in the market. Also, of course, issues that people are either leaving or that they are retiring. That means all the experience built with the people is either getting lost directly or something getting beforehand transferred over to the younger engineers. But still, there's a lot of things which are getting lost in that, which has to be rebuilt afterwards. One of the key issues is also the variety of tools and the lack of qualified personnel. This is where we can help, as we are focused on this. We combine the technology and the experience and the expertise. So important behind that is also to bring the thing to a higher level, understanding not just only data, or not just only looking into information or insights, even making them actionable, so that the customers directly know, okay, what is the next step? What is the next thing I need to do to keep my assets up and running to avoid unexpected downtime? So knowing the condition of the asset is key to achieve zero unplanned downtime. But the quick question is, why don't you know it? Why don't our customers know it? So one insight we also got was that only 29% about the service customers knew about when their assets are scheduled for maintenance. Even that knowledge is not yet really available to everybody within the organization, to everybody that's working also on keeping the assets in a good condition and bringing it up to good, back into a good condition. So most things named by our customers are missing resources, missing expertise. So that means demographic problems. As I pointed out before, people are getting older. All the experts who have built the experience over the last decades are now coming to an age where they either like retire, or on the other hand, even young engineers who then get better opportunities at other players. So where there's also a competition in getting the right people into place, into the company to build that expertise. Another big thing is siloed organizations. There's still a big thing out there that monitoring team and maintenance team are barely talking to each other. So there's like just recently, to be honest, like last week, Tuesday, I visited a customer telling me the same thing. I asked him about, hey, what do you know about when you said when you identified with your vibration program or with a vibration-based condition monitoring program that there is an issue? How do you get feedback? And most of the cases said, no, we don't get feedback at all. And another case I got from a big customer in steel is where they have some motors running, and those motors are usually not even overhauled or repaired by their own team. They are just outsourced. So there's some motor shops around the company. So they do a request for quotation in the market, asking 3 companies to send in a quote for fixing that asset. And then they get, after the asset is fixed and being returned, when they ask about, hey, what was the case? What was it really, like that bearing issue? Or was it something else? They don't get really feedback about it. It's just about, okay, maybe if they're lucky to get the knowledge that or the feedback that the bearing has been changed. Well, in one case, it was even that they told us, and they asked, okay, but if you can't tell us, then please send us the bearing in so we can have a look. So what they got is the bearing as it was in that current state, Means like full of oil, full of dirt, brought to their offices, and they, of course, couldn't do much with this. They would have to clean it, disassemble it, and identify, okay, what was the real problem with that. There's still like a big thing out there that the people do not talk to each other. It's siloed organizations where still there is no close link and no feedback loop involved in that. Then, of course, also the complexity of the existing solutions. We all know it takes quite a while until you become an expert in vibration analysis. How to turn data into value? That's really a big issue out there. Still, of course, there's multiple thousand people trained by the Möbius Foundation, and that's great. We get more experts in the world, but still they are rare to all these companies out there. And still they are struggling with having the right amount of expertise and to manage all this with the different solutions, most of the times having multiple different vendor solutions in their plants, trying to get a hold on this, also looking into maintaining those solutions. I've seen many customers out there struggling with, okay, when do I need to apply updates? What do I need to do when I get an update? Oh, and I need to get involved IT, running through all the typical cycles. And wait a second, the performance is a real big issue. So who can help me maintaining the database in the background? That's all big struggles we see out there. And then the final one, and the biggest one maybe, is the trust in findings. One customer shared with us the first thing they do when they get an alarm from their system is they go out and check the sensor. So that means they do trust, or they do not trust the monitoring system even less than what they that they think that there's really an issue at the asset. So first thing, test the sensors. And the second thing is, and I've experienced it multiple times, going to customers, doing a service job there, but also just in my current position, visiting customers and asking about how they're doing, saying, well, we recently had an outage and the system didn't catch it. And I asked them, okay, can you show me some data about it? And then I looked into it, and I was clearly seeing that could have been seen in the data. There were alarms, but the problem is these alarms were just like, how do you say, the people were overwhelmed identifying the real alarms in between all the ones which are coming too early or which are even false alarms. So there's hundreds of alarms or even thousands of alarms, and then still they can't see the important ones. There's multiple reasons for that. One of that being that customers or monitoring teams are afraid of adjusting alarm thresholds to the higher one because they're simply afraid of missing something important. So they fine tune it to the lower level, and then they get a lot of alarms. And that's one of the things we directly tackled as one of the first cases in our solution also, because we saw a real big need there to change this. But I will give a teaser about that. There will be another webinar coming, also talking in detail about what we did there. Then the next step, what we see is also our customers being on a digital journey. Everybody knows about Industry 4.0 or IoT. Everybody sees, well, there is some value behind getting more information about all the assets, all the production processes, and everything which is ongoing within the company. Also like the sourcing, where all the materials are coming from, also different vendors. Sometimes there's a quality fluctuation depending on which vendor you get materials from and so on. But where to start? So equipping everything with sensors and just getting all the data in, well, that is one possibility, of course, but where's the proof of value? Where is it where you can say, okay, how do I get a return of my invest into this? And this is where we see that digitization should start with a quick win. And so we say that let's start on a proven value, which is the vibration-based condition monitoring / predictive maintenance, where we can prove the business case already now. But you can do, of course, more. There's more potential with that initiative and also with that data. You can learn more from that, and you can build more based on that. That's why we say proven value as a key driver of the digital journey. To leverage the value of condition monitoring while getting your plant connected. You learn a lot on that way during that journey, like how to connect assets, how can I bring data together, and you learn to deal with this vast amount of data and what to focus on, especially in the first step. That's what we said. That's what we tackle, go into, and solve. And this is where we came up with the new solution we recently launched, which is called BKB Beyond, where we make asset health management easy. It's the first step towards that. Still, we share the vision within our company to make asset health management as easy as a click, but it's our guiding North Star. So also in the daily talks within our organization, within our customers, there's always the strive for the higher value, which is, okay, how can we make it easy? Well, one component of that is that we deliver trusted, actionable insights, which are approved by experts. So what does that mean? Well, one thing is actionable insights is more than just like information about what is the current issue with that asset. It also comes together with a action recommendation. So clearly saying, okay, you should go do this and that. And this is not only done by the automatisms in the platform, and where we utilize machine learning to come to that kind of knowledge, where we also identified, well, automatisms have also shown in the past there's still false positives, there's still false alarms. And you might never be able to reduce it to 100% just real alarms. And we thought about, okay, how can we change this? How can we help our customers to act with confidence? And this is where we said, well, let's invest into this and let's bring the experts on top of that. So before we share any action recommendations or alarms or findings with our customers, we first have experts looking into it, verifying it, saying, okay, this is a real case, this is something you should act soon, within the next couple of weeks or months, based on that. And we're not like bringing out things which are 2 years out or which are like even false alarms because there was a change in the production process or something else in the environment changed, or it was simply an event which happened in that moment. The other thing we carefully thought about is also, okay, we saw that before. There's a big struggle with keeping that solution in the right manner, keeping it up and running, keeping it on high performance, and also benefiting from the new releases, getting more value into it. And that's where we said, okay, well, let's turn this around. We make this a software as a service offering where we can handle that part for our customers so they don't struggle with performance issues, with other like maintenance of any kind of backend systems, databases which are behind that. There's no like performance decrease over time, something we should take care of. We can take care of our customers so our customers don't struggle with this. And then the other part is, of course, enabling true collaboration between all the parties by getting a single source of truth in place, single source of truth where everybody can get the value from, understand, okay, what is the current condition of the asset, and understanding, okay, what's the next steps to do to bring it in a good condition. If all stakeholders are referring to the one single source of truth, then collaboration can really be enabled. And everybody understands, that's the problem currently, or that's the next things we do. And then also, especially the silo between monitoring and maintenance can be addressed. Because then people can share their feedback in a very easy way, in a very like 2 clicks or 1 click way, where it's just said, okay, yes, I follow the recommended action. Thanks, that's all feedback we need at the moment. Or for those where we see, okay, the recommended action was maybe not helpful in the first go, then there can also be extended feedback towards, well, we found leakage on site. We saw that there was kind of a puddle of oil underneath the asset, and we directly changed that and fixed that so that there's no leakage anymore. Can you check the data whether everything is fine? That's also very important that there's always this last step. This last step, which is also missing, if you don't have feedback that something has been carried out on the asset, that maintenance has been applied, you need to recheck. Is it also okay? Was that really fixing the issue? That's where we also, for our customers, take once again the look into, yes, now it's fixed, or, well, no, it's not yet fixed. Just recently also got the feedback from another customer who's also providing maintenance services to their customers, clearly saying that in 80% of the cases, they do not see that a first-time yield can be achieved. So a first-time fix or a first-time going there carrying out the maintenance action does not even fix the fault. because there's something hiding behind that first issue, which is then showing up as soon as the first one has been changed. That means, or corrected. That means also that in 80% of the cases, you have to go there a second time. But rather keep that feedback cycle very short to really understand, okay, do I need to go there again? Or while I'm on site getting already some feedback, oh, there's something else I should take care of. That's what we can enable through that platform. And that kind of how we change this way of predictive maintenance in that space. And then one last part, knowledge retention. As I mentioned before, our customers are struggling with keeping the knowledge in the company, benefiting from all the experience the people built over years, being in charge of the reliability management, being in charge of the maintenance of the assets. Well, the one thing is, instead of having the things like just in any kind of local checklists or any kind of local protocols, what they did, all bringing it on the platform, having it available for any later time. That's also a key with our solution, that we do not claim data ownership or anything. The data belongs to the customer. It is a key to enable such kind of a system, that there is like also enabling the future, the further business cases with building more value based on the data. That's why we from scratch say, okay, well, data belongs to the customer, not to us. This once again talking about the how do we come to actionable insights. And as you all know, there's like, you can get sensors out there in the field, you can get data acquisition units, then you come up to this level where you provide data. Turning this, adding a bit of context to it, will turn it into information, which gives you a clear insight. Okay, this is the FFT of that. You see there some values changing. Adding more context will help you to gain insights, like a high 1x, or there's like something like a bearing problem. The validation with the expert is the important thing to really say, is that severe now? Is this something I should act soon? Or is this something I can ignore for now and can tackle this later? But it's very important to make this difference, to have the people which are working with the system gaining trust, because if they get flooded with alarms, they will lose trust very soon. And then finally, adding the action recommendation and acting on that. This is the important steps. And that's the part of the value stack, which you see in vibration-based condition monitoring, or in the whole condition monitoring, not just vibration, as we also tackle anything else, what we can add to this. Just giving a short insight on how that's all done. So we have the sensors and the edge devices in the field, where we secure the quality of data acquisition, but also have the interfaces to add data from other systems. So we can feed it all in the platform, where the AI core does the first part of the job, empowering the vibration experts or the experts of the reliability expert to make informed decisions by statistically investigating the data which is given, the signals which are given, and also providing them the right insight when they need to take a deeper look into the signals. And finally, providing all this value to operations, monitoring, and maintenance through either a user interface or through their local systems, and enabled just by integration via the APIs which are given from the platform, which of course to a certain degree will also be customized, but are standardized in the most cases, which means slight integration on the other side, but then it's fully up and available in the daily use system, so you don't need to just involve a new thing, get people trained on that new kind of solution. No, it can just feed into the actually used system. Of course, also providing interfaces to further systems on your side, on the customer side, like the asset management solution, the ERP system, the MES system, whatever is in place, and wherever all the actionable insights, the further data is useful and can be used, or where it can be visualized to the people in the field, or where also further information can be fed into the system. Also, keeping it very secure in regards to that this thing can in the first moment be completely isolated from the local IT infrastructure, sending data out via cellular services. So there is no chance for anybody to hack into your local systems by hacking one of the devices or so, because they're just talking to one centralized platform. but there is no direct connection in the field. And on the higher level of the infrastructure, of the IT infrastructure on your side, on the customer end, there can be connections to the platform, but it's never going down to the bottom level where the operations is done. So the control systems are running and so on. And this is, to make it very simple, how it works. There are assets out in the field. There are sensor inputs. There's a device getting all the data, sending it in the platform. There is the remote monitoring team helping with the human intelligence we add on top of the artificial intelligence to verify that only the important stuff and the real alarms are going further into your experts on site, maintenance team. And that's our big goal. This smiley face. This is what we want to achieve. We want to see our customers successful. We want to have them being happy and being successful with what we give them, what our platform can empower them to be successful in having no unforeseen outages anymore. So if you look at this complete solution scope, how does it look like? How do we enable this? Well, there's many things coming together to empower our customers achieving this. One thing is, of course, first of all, being sure that the right things are monitored the right way. So we step up and give our customers a hand. We don't leave them alone. We visit them, we go together there, we assess it, we do a site survey. And then, based on a site survey, where we get all the important things together, where we also prepare IT discussions, whatever is needed, we do that during the site survey. When we get all these things together, we do for our customers first step site setup and configuration. Very easy online tool, can also later be handled by customers by themselves. As soon as they're onboarded, it's pretty easy to get new assets in. And I will share a bit of further insights to how the installation commissioning process is being guided by our side. Once again, having in mind, it shall be very, very easy for our customers, for our people, for our users who are using that. I will share some more insights on that part in the next slide, but looking further in the process, next thing is, of course, data collection, storage and analysis, issue management comes in the platform. But one central part is, of course, devices which get the assets connected. From our side, there's the VCM3 and BKB Collect and BKB Connect, which we launched together with the platform. The wireless solution, once again, for our customers, having in mind to make it easy. The reason why we added this to our portfolio is because it's easy to connect more assets faster with this kind of solution. With a VCM3, you can, of course, with an online system, which is wired, you can, of course, do like more sophisticated monitoring for machines that are not running in a steady state. That's perfect. Then you can like get all the kind of different operating conditions, everything together, taken into account to do a very sophisticated monitoring of the asset. It's more for the medium criticality assets to high criticality assets. And then looking into the connect and collect stuff, this is for the vast amount of assets where you, instead of having a walk around program where you still bring people in that area, which is not the most comfortable place to be, but also looking into safety of the workers, because that's addressed by a wireless system that they don't have to go there while the machine is running. They can just take the data is coming in automatically. So it's connected. You don't need to go out there in this uncomfortable environment. You can just sit in your office and do all the stuff there. And then finally, the application, which is the platform we are running. And of course, when you're more interested into this, we can also give you a demo and so on. Just reach out to our people in the field and we will happily arrange a demo and giving you further insights into the system. That's how the onboarding process is. Very easy. It's like visually guided, guides the user through the process. So even a normal technician on the customer side can do all that because we prepared. It's all there. There's a structured overview of where are the assets which need to be connected. Everything is handled through an app. Also the registration of the sensor, which can be done via QR code in the camera in the app, or even NFC tag, goes very easy. You just click the asset at this point, measurement point, I add the sensor connected to the asset, and then I just scan the NFC tag, register it down. Pretty easy and makes it much more easier for people in the field to directly connect it, also documenting everything. So later on, everybody knows what exactly has been done. Once again, the one thing which is our guiding North Star, what we are striving for, is keep World's machine in motion by making asset health management as easy as a click. That's what is guiding us in our daily work, and what is making us striving for bringing that complexity out of the world of our customers, helping them to be very successful with a solution in place which gives them the right insights, actionable insights, to make informed decisions about what's next. Once again, collect the data, connect your system, and finally correct the faults. And this is what is being enabled by BKB Beyond in combination with the VCM3 or the BKB Connect and Collect, which makes that whole solution around package. So just as a summary, how we're doing is, one thing is start with a proven business case. Something where you can get your assets connected in the digital journey, where you learn on the first steps of the journey how to get more value out of digitization, get more value out of the data you get from your assets, which you first need to get connected. Looking into this with a proven business case, and then starting going forward. Important part is start learning about the current condition of your asset, utilize trusted, actionable insights to act with confidence, and then also understand the complete solution scope, where it's not just about getting a device or getting another condition monitoring solution. It's a complete solution package which comes with all the things in place, starting from really assessing what is the needed things to do, to equip everything, to monitor it in the right way, get it all connected, then get it in the app where also the monitoring services are applied, so you as a customer can benefit from actionable insights, trusted actionable insights. And then a little teaser, as promised. Very soon there will be a second webinar also through this kind of channel, which is talking about limitless condition monitoring and how we achieve that. The problem we are tackling there is alarm thresholds, limits, as you all might know. You're doing it with trend values, how we call them descriptors. And every one of this needs a known threshold. Managing those, well, one thing is only experts know how to really manage those, which is already a big problem for people who just want to start and who don't have this expert knowledge within their company. The next thing is the complexity of managing millions of alarm thresholds. That comes especially in place when you monitor hundreds of thousands of assets. Then you really come down to the point you have to manage all these thresholds. Of course, there are tools to do this. You can have like an auto alarm adjustment based on statistical values and so on, but still you have to manage those. And still you're suffering, or our customers and even our own monitoring team we saw suffering from a huge number of false alarms because of those static alarm thresholds. And of course, you're limited to a couple of different levels as you can add, but that's it. It's hard to, for example, understand, was this now something which violates the threshold is always a thing to the worse. But how to detect something different, something which is like even going down and triggering you? That's where we bring something in place, which we also on what we base the limitless asset health management. And if you are interested by this, if you want to know more about it, on August 10th, Thursday, August 10th, 2 p.m. CEST or 8 a.m. ET, we will have another webinar which is focusing on that topic and telling more about how we are utilizing AI to empower experts to deliver trusted, actionable insights. So very happy to welcome you there and see you there, and also once again share some more insights where I myself and a colleague of mine who's a data scientist within our company, we are together giving you an insight about what are the next steps in this and how we enabled limitless asset health management. At that point, I want to say, and I think I'm just in time, so 1 minute before the schedule, I want to say thank you, first of all, for listening. And now we open it up for questions.
Okay, great. Thank you, Chris, for that great presentation. It was awesome learning a bit more about BKB Bro. So, guys, like he said, go ahead and submit them in the Q&A panel. Just as a quick reminder, your questions will be asked and answered anonymously, so no need to worry about getting called out directly. And if we happen to run out of time here and don't make it to your question, we'll be sure to share those with Chris and the team at BKB Bro so they can circle back with you after the webinar is completed. So, Chris, as we're getting started here, let me see what we've got. So this person is asking about that next webinar that's coming up. So what would be the differences that they could expect between this presentation here today and the next one coming up on August 10th?
Very good question. Thanks for that. So in the next presentation, the next webinar, we really take a deep look into, okay, what is the thing behind limitless asset health management? This is how we got rid of alarm thresholds and share some insights how we achieved that. Which means, like, of course, we will not reveal like the big algorithms we have in the background, but we will give more insights on how did we come to that and what exactly is that, what we are talking about. So instead of limits, what else are we bringing in place to ensure that we catch all the important changes within the asset health condition?
Okay, great. We're looking forward to that one. That'll be awesome. All right. And now, next here, this person sounds like they are looking for a little bit more information. So I know you've got some resources already that exist with us, Chris, but can you share a little bit more about next steps other than the webinar? How can people get in touch? What can they expect? I know you mentioned a demo. What would that look like?
Yes. So when you get in touch with us, with our either sales team in the field, or you can also approach me, of course, I'm available, or any representative of our company. So the first steps you can expect is, first of all, we have a talk. Understand, okay, what are you aiming for? What are you striving for? What is the problems you're trying to solve? Next step will be that, of course, we will give you a broader demo about this, really guide you through the system. We'll show you how it works, bring you in touch with understanding the whole scope of the solution. And then one of the next steps, if you like to proceed with this, is that we talk about a kind of either directly, if you want to apply the solution directly, we can talk about that, or we can also go into a proof of value concept. So we have a proof of value concept where we have a smaller package where you get 5 to 10 assets connected, where it's also the service included for half a year at least. And then you can experience the value. And after that, you can make a decision whether you want to continue with that, whether this is also the thing which is guiding us behind that or driving us behind that is we want to ensure that our customers are really successful with this kind of solution. That means, like with the proof of value package, we go into let's prove the value. Let's make you as a customer feel the solution, how it works, feel the whole service around it, and then you can make a proper decision whether you want to proceed with that, or what I don't expect, but also can happen, that you want to go different ventures. But beyond that, it's also that if, for example, you come to the conclusion that this way of solution is one step too far for you in the first go, we also have other solutions. As said before, we have the full solution scope. We also have on-premise solutions and so on. But this one is the thing where we really see this can be the game changer. This can be for you also the next step. Instead of building up everything by yourself, starting to gain all this experience, expertise in that field of vibration-based condition monitoring, predictive maintenance, you can benefit from the whole system, from the whole service, and get trusted, actionable insights instead of a lot amount of data. But the good thing is you get trusted, actionable insights in combination with all the data, so you can also gain further value from that data.
That's great. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Chris. Okay, and our next question up here, and I can't even remember if you covered this when you were introducing yourself. This next person is asking about, as you know, Chris, we have a global audience, so I'm not sure where this person is based, but they're asking what regions of the world you provide services to.
Yeah, we provide services to the kind of everywhere in the world, almost everywhere, of course. With Beyond, with this new solution, we first said, okay, we focus on North American market and European market in the first step. In the second step, we're going global, which means like EMEA totally and APAC also, and Southern America. But we already have some smaller like proof of value initiatives running out there in these regions, and also especially with our mother company NSK. Of course, we have a very strong base in APAC region, yeah, including also China. That's another step on the go-to-market journey.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. And then our next question up here, this person is asking, how can predictive maintenance be effective if the customer doesn't provide feedback due to a lot of false alarms or false positive alarms, excuse me?
Yeah, which is also another great question. So one thing is, we're not just having a service where somebody in our remote monitoring team adds some let's say actionable insights to some alarms, which we send to the customer via email or via like the platform directly. So usually we have it all on the platform. We also go beyond that. Of course, if we see our customers struggling with the solution, we directly reach out to them and ask, okay, where is the problem? So how can we help you to really make this successful? Then we look into the system. How many open tickets do we have there? Not tickets, sorry, but how many open issues are there? And why are they not getting tackled? So we reach out to the customer and actively look into this understanding of where the problem is. And especially asking about this, like when they don't give feedback towards, especially for maintenance has been carried out and so on. With the new Limitless approach, we can do more than that. We can not just only detect things when they get worse, we can also understand when things are getting better. So that's also the point where we can directly reach out to customers instead of waiting for the feedback, proactively reach out and say, hey, we saw you did something. Can you just give us verify for us whether you really did something or where else this is coming from? So one thing, of course, to answer the question, the important thing is fostering the collaborative culture. It's not just a one-off product. What we're bringing here is just really a complete solution where we go into a long-term relationship, where we take our customer by the hand and do not leave them alone out there.
That's great. All right, Chris. Well, it looks like that's all the questions that we have for today. If anybody else has any additional questions, go ahead and enter them in the Q&A panel. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll be sure to pass those along to Chris and he'll connect with you after the webinar is completed here. But that being said, Chris, is there anything else that you would like to add before we start wrapping things up?
I'm fine. I want to thank the audience for listening, also for asking those great questions. They were really good. So looking forward also to see you all in the next webinar then in 2 weeks. Happy to see you there. And I was really happy to get the opportunity to present today and talk about what great thing we achieved here.
Perfect. Well, Chris, thank you so much. Again, we really appreciate your time and effort that went into today's presentation. That being said, everybody, as a thank you for attending, are super pleased to provide you with 50% off of your conference pass to the Reliability or CBM and Reliability Connect live training conferences. Coming up here in just a few weeks, we'll be in Monterrey, Mexico, and then followed by that, we'll be in Australia, in Perth, in November 2023. So all of you have the opportunity to use the code WOW50 to go ahead and reserve your seats to take advantage of this discount. These events all include certification training opportunities, hands-on workshops, case study sessions. There's a lot of good stuff. So we hope that we will see you there. You can all visit mobiusconnectconference.com to learn more about these live and in-person events. You'll also be able to find the registration link for those conferences in the follow-up email that you'll receive after this webinar. But that being said, also, so we're not done just yet for WOW 11 for the day. So coming up next, we have the tie between reliability, maintenance, energy, and emissions presented by the great Howard Penrose. So if you guys haven't already signed up and you would like to jump on over to the attendee hub, you can just click the join session button. You don't need to do anything formal for registration if you haven't already signed up. So we'll see you guys over there shortly. If not, hopefully we'll see you at another WOW 11 session this week. But that being said, guys, just as a quick reminder, again, you'll receive that follow-up email after the webinar here shortly. You'll get access to that on-demand library, either in the email and also in the Attendee Hub, so be on the lookout for that. That library will contain every WOW 11 session from this week, including the Q&A sessions. The email will also include your certificate of attendance, so feel free to share that up on social media. We always love to see those and to support you guys along in your learning journey. Feel free to tag me, tag our Mobius Connect team, tag Mobius Connect, tag Chris, tag everybody. We love to see those. And if you guys are interested in engaging with other industry professionals, or if you'd like to participate on the industry's live feed and forum discussions, you can do so over at mobiusconnect.com. You'll create your free profile if you haven't already, and you can start engaging right away. Also, be sure to follow us up on social media at Mobius Connect on all major networks to stay up to date with all of the latest community happenings. And if you guys have any questions about WOW 11, what's going on this week, or if you have suggestions about what you'd like to see in the future from us, drop us a line at info@mobiusconnect.com. We always love to hear from you guys. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us today. We hope to see you over at the next WOW 11 session coming up in about an hour. But otherwise, please stay safe, and we will see you all next time.